Generally, one is used to play long games, big productions made by giant companies that took years to develop. But in a jam, we're just a handful of developers with a couple of days of work in front of us. So, can we aim to achieve a meaningful experience with so few resources? Well, we're gonna try. Hi, I'm Mer Grazzini.
And I'm Droqen, and we're two game developers trying to understand what this is all about.
More often than not, I found myself being very touched by games that weren't this huge commercial product, but rather small experiences that maybe lasted a couple of minutes, but with which I could connect. There are a lot of designers that, by themselves or with a small group, create pieces that tell a singular story, a small moment in time. They don't need this enormous narrative to transmit something. They just set a scene and trust that you will figure it out the rest for yourself.
I am going away.
But what if you understand something different than what the author intended? That's great. I mean, the author is dead anyway. Ask Roland Barthes about it. Spoiler alert, he's dead too. Art creations are conversations between you and your players, between you and your past self, among players, and them with their imagination. Do you remember when we were kids and we would imagine a whole game just by looking at the covers on the store? We didn't even need to play the game to come up with all sorts of stories and theories of how it could be. We created a platonic game, or perhaps the game created a platonic image in us, an emotional print. This happens when playing too. Every time you fill the gaps with your own ideas, when you create theories with your friends, think about when you listen to a song or read a poem. The words don't explain everything there is to explain. They point into a direction, hoping that you will follow it. They invite you to play along.
An invitation is a request, and to me comes with connotations of non-coerciveness and consent. I like it more than the term hook, which instead describes an implement for grabbing by force, but I think they serve the same purpose. They both invite and empower people to care about, think about, and share something more easily, which is especially necessary with a multidisciplinary piece of art like a game that requires a great deal of attention to access in its entirety. Many people want to play more games than they do, but the fact of the matter is, many people care about more games than they play. I'd like to present the idea that this is a legitimate form of engagement. This isn't a new idea, but it bears repeating. If you think a great video game trailer is only trying to get people to play the whole video game, you're wrong. It's a work of art unto itself, a beautiful invitation to perceive the game through a simplified lens.
This is related to the idea of runaway fashion. Brands make parades with exuberant dresses that attract attention and remain in memory. But then, those same brands sell super simplified versions, just t-shirts that allude to those incredible dresses. They sell you the memory, the illusion, the platonic image of those exuberant dresses. But that doesn't make the fashion parade less of an artwork of their own, right?
Designing great trailers and hooks and elevator pitches and taglines and titles and covers, all these invitations, are not just a way for you to grab people's attention. They enable all people, you as much as anyone else, to condense their feelings about a large thing into something small enough to be filed away in memory, but also to be talked about easily and to exist in the real world outside. We live here, not in these fictional worlds, and invitations need to extend outside.
You don't need to create this colossal MMORPG universe. Instead, create an invitation, a condensed piece of art that players can dream about and make their own.
When I release a game, I want to talk about it, but sometimes it's hard to know exactly how. Thinking in terms of designing ways I can invite people to care about my work has helped significantly. Ultimately, these invitations are just one more type of tool. They should make you happy too.
And I wonder, isn't that the ultimate goal? to create something that you're happy about, but also that you're happy about creating. You're participating in a jam not just to come up with a piece of art, but also to have a good time. Don't forget about that. For an artist, the process of creation is as important as the finished piece. Focus on what you like doing and what you're good at, which is to say, what makes you feel good about it. If you love nature and you're bad at technology, don't make a game with the spaceships. And if you and your team really want to go into that direction, make that same mechanic into a flying bird.
You can't make every type of game. Probably you wouldn't enjoy it anyway. Think more about your personal style. If you like making levels, design a game that needs lots of levels. You like doing character design, make a Pokemon clone. Game jams are for practice and pleasure. Do more of what you love.
Enjoy the process and build something you care about. Be honest, be personal, be weird, be yourself. Do something that invites the rest of the world to care about what you care too.